Francis Ngannou is an absolute inspiration. To see where he's come from, to see the dream that he had in his mind, and to see the man realize it against all of the odds, against all of the haters, is just an absolute dream come true for him. And I believe it's a real story that we can all take with us into our daily lives. Let's jump into it. Humble beginnings. Let's hear about it.
I was about 10 years old when I started that, because I was in the village and where I grew up. After leaving my aunt's house, I went to my grandma, and we had to do something. You know, we had to work to contribute at home, to buy oil, to buy food, and also for our scholarship, for books. So you have to work.
And that's the thing, man. Francis Ngannou's been grafted. He's been grafting his whole life, and he's earned absolutely everything that he's got right now against all the odds. Dana White, the UFC, turning against him, he's pulled it off, and he's proven himself to be the absolute diamond that he is. So a man with a dream heads over to France and starts training boxing and MMA, heads into the UFC and starts working his way up the ladder. One by one, fighters are falling to him. Whether it's a knockout, whether it's a Kimura, the man's getting it done. He has a belief and he has a mission, taking out top guys like Andrei Arlovski, experienced veterans like Alistair Overeem, in front of everyone's eyes. Curtis Blades, all of the big names at the time, getting taken out left and right. Comes across some adversary with Stipe Miocic later in his career, doesn't matter, carries on, fights Stipe again, takes him out, fights Kane, fights JDS, takes them out, goes for the heavyweight title. And does he get it? Of course he does, taking out Jairzinho Rosenstrike on the way as well. Literally all of the hardest hitters on his roster, on his resume, and the guy is just absolutely devastating them all. Meanwhile, still staying humble, still staying true to his beginnings. Never forget that. Taking out Cyril Gane and getting that belt around his waist. Then he jumps over to the boxing scene because the man had a dream. From the start, he had something bigger. Starts training with Iron Mike Tyson, gets to fight with Tyson Fury, and he's like, you know what? Doesn't matter who's in front of me, I'ma do it. And he does it. Do you know what I'm saying? The CompuBox numbers do not lie. The CompuBox numbers do not lie.
This is the second time I've seen the best in the world in boxing, the absolute best in their prime in boxing, get beaten up by a guy with zero experience.